What's going on, guys? And thank you for tuning back in today for another Dragon Ball Masters deck profile. I have Ash with me, winner of the
Hey,
recent Shop Champs. How's it going, man?
yeah, good. Yourself?
Good, man. Good. It's been a pretty hectic week this past week. Been doing extremely well recently in Dragon Ball as well by taking out the recent Shop Champs at Morley, man. So big congrats there. And
Thank you.
your
Good old faithful.
Good old faithful, as everyone can see right now. Got cooler mill, man, and definitely keen to dive into the profile and see what it's all about. So yeah, man, take it from here.
Alrighty, so this here was just a brief change. A couple of things people were looking and going, what the hell, with some of these cards, but um, they did definitely come in handy. Um, Everyone kind of knows what the Cooler Mill deck does. Well, they call it Cooler Mill because you just basically need to mill your opponent out. It's kind of a secondary win condition, but I managed to do it twice and then win with the damage on the in the finals. My first round was against Pan. Second round was against U7 Goku, which they burst, so that was kind of helpful. And then my final was against the Red Green Broly from the new set, so that was a good game.
Wonderful.
Um, yeah, it was super fun. Just going to go briefly through the cards. We've got, yes, Great Saiyan. It's just a draw two.
The old
You
faithful,
can have
man.
in,
Old faithful
yeah,
there.
the old faithful. Like the deck loses hard against hand destruction, I think.
Yeah.
So, just having draw two cards in there as well when you want to do something and someone goes drop a card and you're like, all right, cool, I'll drop this one. Um, so yeah, I've got two in there. It did well. Um, Now there is new cards coming out for this deck in a couple of weeks, so this will be changed again. I've just got to really play around with my ratios, but yeah, so one of my big boss monsters, we got the 5-drop cooler. It costs 3 to get him out with an arrival. He put in a lot of work, even if I wasn't negging the opponent's battle cards, like just to play and then swing. There's two cards from the deck straight away. Um, and he's a triple strike 25k, so yeah, he's good. He'll probably go up another count to 2 with the new cards coming out.
I was gonna say, yeah. Do you reckon
Um,
there's a two or a three of? But probably good as a
Two
two, eh?
of, two
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
yeah. I wouldn't go three of,
Yeah.
definitely a two of. Um, the the main guy, it's an arrival for one. Yeah, he gets the bodies on the board. It's just great. Get rid ignoring barrier as well. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, this is just like your main kind of like bread and butter with the deck, eh? Got this
yeah,
guy like negative 10 of two battle cards, ignoring barrier, can bounce him back. He's a double
and
strike
mill
20k,
one for play as well. So
and
you can
yeah,
potentially
for
mill
mill.
3 at a time.
Yeah, yeah, that's great.
Um, I play 4 of this, and I think I'll still stick with 4 of this because not only
Yep.
is it a 0 cost 5k combo, and obviously it's blue, but this card is pretty nutty. Like if you can get it out early, like late game, you're basically just bouncing this here back, just to then replay it again if you've got the energy, and then if you're tapping the energy, you're then going into this guy to untap again. Um, And then on defense or on offense, when you swing, you get to combo with a multicolor from your drop. So potentially a free arrival. So yeah, it's just a really good card.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a huge card. Definitely keep that at four.
Yeah, super combo.
Yep.
You're not going to play any other color, any other card. It's just always going to be this one.
Four of the beers.
Um, for Beerus. Now this boy here, this is a good one to regain your cards back, or at least like keep even, I think it is. Like you don't actually plus with this, but you don't plus with a lot of cards in this, unfortunately.
That's
Because you
why you
have to
run the
combo with
same
a card.
same instincts
Yeah,
strat. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. Because you have to combo with a card, and then you have to arrival. So there's two cards. So this one here, he gets to draw one on play, and then if you neg, draw another. So you've just gone back to the normal what you normally had. But it also returns another, was it red or blue battle card? So anything
Yeah.
that's red or blue, I can bring it back to my hand. Um, this guy here, I actually used him a lot at the champs. There was only one game where I think I charged two of them, because one of them just stuck on the board, and I was like, I didn't want to charge anything else, but he put in the work, and it catches people off guard that it's not once per turn, so you literally can just activate battle, neg 10 off your opponent's battle card and leader. So if it's something early and they're trying to put pressure on with their leader, you just neg it by 10. So and it doesn't cost you any cards from hand, it's just tap an energy.
It's just a solid
So
one cost there just to be on the board, eh, as a threat.
yeah, and it draws one too. Like
And
I've
just
won
draws
games with
one.
it before. I've won games with it before. Like, you get to 5 energy, you swing with it, and you neg your opponent by 50k. Can't do much.
That's pretty
So
funny. That's pretty funny.
yeah. Um, you
Checklands?
make a freezer, energy blight, check lands.
Mm,
Don't really play it. I know it's got a skill, but you don't play it. I'm probably going to lower the ratio of this. I only put this in here because I just needed to quickly fill out the deck at the time when I was building it. But it actually did use it. Like I used it a lot on the weekend when I played the games. And I actually like sometimes had three of them in hand, so it was an easy pitch. Like I just pitch one of them to play the other one, so it was quite easy there.
yeah, Oceanus has
But
always been quite a solid counter attack blocker on the field, regardless, right?
oh, especially for this, like it sucks when they counterplay it because it is only technically a two cost when it hits the field, but the moment it hits the field, even if it dies afterwards, you're like, cool, just swing again, please, and mill four. Like
Yeah,
it basically shuts their turn down. So it's good. It's a good card. It's definitely going to always have a place in the deck. We'll go to the next one. Testing opposition. It's your block and negate, or
yeah.
negate blocker, whatever.
All know what the token negate does.
Yeah, everyone knows a token negate. We are Universe 7. I think I've showed this in the past, but you basically use this card to theoretically have 6 super combos because I'm running 2 of them and 4 of the actual super combos. So you can search your deck or drop for a 4 cost or less Universe 7, I think it was.
Yeah,
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 and you're choosing your super combo because it's Universe 7.
yeah.
So
You just want
if
to
you
pick
got
that out.
early game,
Mm,
yeah, you got early game, you're like, oh crap, I don't have a super combo in hand. You're like, but you found one of these, you're gonna use it.
yeah,
So, and of course, you always tap the blue and red energy because there's no point in tapping just a normal red because it doesn't get to untap when you use a super combo. Um, the errated sensu bean. But realistically, this deck never really used it on its offensive. It only ever used it on its defense, so it really made no major impact to the deck. But everyone knows what Sensu Bean does.
yeah. The main go-to.
Um, my secret rare of choice.
Surprise,
I
surprise,
have the
cooler.
yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play it.
Why not? Yeah,
Everyone's playing into the Z deck stuff at the moment now, so everyone likes to draw and get so many cards. So it's always nice saying, how many cards in hand? They're like, oh, I've got 12, and it's like, cool. Can you put 7 of them into your Z deck, please? And I'm gonna swing for days.
yeah,
So, but yeah, this is what won me the finals. I played him down. I was not going to mill him out, so I played him down, and he only had 2 life left, and I was able to swing 3 times. He was able to stop the first 2, but yeah, there was nothing he could do against the third one.
yeah. That's when it becomes a bit
So,
tough, doesn't it? When you have multiple
yeah,
swings. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. This one's from the expansions, last year's anniversary box. So the anniversary box is the fire for this cooler deck coming up to the new stuff as well. Dual attacker, blocker, arrival. It negs, it searches for 2 energy, and it's a 5k combo for free if you've got an energy, blue red energy as well. Like you just run 4 of. Like even if you don't, what's it called? Use the actual, like you don't play it. It's still an amazing card to combo with, so you're not actually dropping multiple cards from hand. So or having to use energy as well. So it's great.
yeah.
Um, But what's really good about it as well is if you get into that late game and you arrival and you play this, you get to search top five for another freezer army or freezer clan. So if you see the another cooler, you've got more cards than rival, which is really good.
Yep.
So more mill.
That's it. That's it.
um, the Gohans, so they're just it's you know get to 4 life, tap one, play it, neg 10k off the board,
Yeah.
like off your opponent's board. Like it's just good. It's so good.
And it
Like
gains 10k and double strike and all this. Yeah.
yeah, only if you can get 7, I think it is. If you neg 7 or more,
Mhm.
never really happens. No one's ever going to leave 7 cards in the field against Cooler. Like they'd just be dumb.
Yeah,
So,
that's just
but yeah, it,
literally that's a negging fest for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
it did its job. I played it a couple of times. It did its job. I was happy.
Yeah. Cool.
This card here, I would like. I'm probably going to drop it down to 2 and
Situational.
put. Yeah,
Mm.
it's great that it's a blocker. 20k is a nice base, and it negs 20k, which is an amazing thing, and you can get it out for 1 if you've got 3 cards in your Z deck.
You mean
But
Z
it is only
energy?
unique. Yeah, it's unique, so
Yeah.
you can only have 1 on the board at once. So what you're going to do is just, ideally, someone swings, you block, it dies, they got to play another card, you counterplay it again, so you can get another one out. Doesn't always happen like that though. So yeah, I'm probably going to drop it down to 2.
Yep.
It's a very good card though, but just not ideal all the time. Now I put this in the deck for shits and giggles one day, and it actually came up. I was able to like clear 2 cards, and then I was able to get rid of his Unison, because I'd swung with another thing as well, and that was able to clear it. So it's a nice 30k beat stick. It
Yeah.
did its job.
You can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, and when it KOs something, it
It
switches to active
respawns.
mode.
Yeah. It's really
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
so it's literally there for like, all right, cool. I've negged everything I possibly can, but I potentially don't have anything to defend, so I want to get this out and then just clear their board, like
Yeah.
so they're dead. After image technique, give my leader 40k, I'll give battle card 40k and neg them by 10. They're not going to power through it, but it still allows you to arrival because it's not a hard negate. So
Yeah.
that's really good that way.
After image has always been a
So
solid negate
yeah,
counter attack.
so that's the deck. It's probably going to
Mhm.
change, obviously, with the new stuff coming out in a few weeks. I've just got to figure out my ratios and what I'm going to move. Probably going to obviously take a couple of the Gohans out, a couple of the Oceanus out. May even go down to 3 Sensu. We'll see. But yeah, I've got a lot of cards that I've got to change. Um, Going into the Z deck, to be quite frank and honest with you, it doesn't really need even these guys. Like the Vegetas are great, but I never played them. The only card, and even with this here, like you need 3 blue, which is doable in this, but
Yep.
it never came up, never needed it. And then the new Z card, this is the guy that is really good. So 1 Z energy, but 3 red, which is fine, and then just negs their board by 25k for all cards.
Which is
Like
yeah, it's another huge neg that you need for your cooler to just mill out your opponent, right? So
yeah,
it's great.
exactly. And that
Straight up.
came across. I think I let my opponent get to 4 battle cards in the field, and they were all like 19 or 20k base, and I was just like, I played this and board wiped him. So
Yeah. And
it
then
came
negged
up good.
him. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
And then a
Any
quick
side note?
side. Yep. Got my Jiren Unison. I'm sure you love your Jiren.
Oh, he's number
Um,
one, man. And you know I can't wait for the support when it comes out.
Yeah, the deck
Well,
used to
somewhat.
have run the Unison stuff, but I just took it all out. It was not worth it. But in my final game, I sided the Unison in, and it actually did help a little bit. So
Yeah.
I was happy with that. Um, your counterplays with the Unisons, the Videl, the Yamcha.
Yeah.
Got another one of these inside just in case, but yeah, it's probably going to go to main. For people that don't play the battle cards very often, this guy will come out. It's got barrier. It just sits on the board, and then at the end of your opponent's turn, they mill a card. So they're always going to mill something, um,
Okay.
which is good. But everything can get rid of barrier. This card here is the Mechanical Courage Coit. It's a painful card against us players that play cooler because everything kind of wants to arrival for less than 20k or
It's just
20k or less, and we don't want to drop cards.
gonna punish you every time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But so I play one of in the deck because there's obviously other decks that do that kind of stuff as well.
Yep.
Um, Dabura, Hand Destruction. This actually came up against the Broly deck. They made me drop a card, and I dropped it, and then drew two cards, and yeah, it was just went downhill from there. He couldn't drop any more cards. Um, the Cooler Calculating Warrior. Just every time it swings, it'll neg 15k. No protection or anything, but it only
Yep.
costs one blue or one red to bring it out. So um, it's just another body, just in case if they're going to bring a lot of body out. But the card that I did have inside, and people were probably like, "What the hell?"
Toa.
Twisted
Yeah. Okay.
Sister Tower. So the whole reason behind this is to counterplay or just play this on my turn because if they have their own robot in their drop ready to go, if I've milled it, I can then just play that and then send it back to their deck. I know that's counterintuitive, but at the same time, I don't have to worry about the robot being used and then me not being able to use the arrivals and milling.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in there for that. Um, but yeah, that is the deck
Solid, man.
that won me
Very.
the store
Yeah.
champs.
Yeah. Very solid. Very solid. Absolutely love it. It's good to see Cooler. It's still quite relevant at times.
Yeah, it'll
This.
always be relevant in my head.
Yeah. 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 And it's good to see some. Blast from the past with a few cards in there, man. Like the apes, the draw twos and stuff. So it's really cool. It's been doing well for you, and yeah. And again, big big congratulations, man, on taking out this past week's shop champs with it.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
If anyone's got any questions, please note them down in the comments below. Ash or myself be happy to attend to them and see what we can do. And yeah, like always, guys, um, yeah, remember to like and subscribe. And actually, before we head off, Ash, any shout outs?
I just shout out to the team, shout out
Yeah,
to my players that I had on the Monday night,
yeah.
and shout out to my boy Cooler,
And boy, cool, man. That's it. And look,
my
yeah,
Golden Avenger.
that's it. That's it. It's doing well, man. Well, it's doing its thing for you, and that's it. That's all you can ask from it. And it's good to see, like, everyone's doing the best they can to keep Masters alive. Keep Dragon Ball alive.
Yeah,
It's good to see that. We still got somewhat a decent community here in Perth that we gel together and keep the card game for alive for as long as we can until the very end. So it's been great. So big shout out to everyone in the community there as well. Our sponsors Beyond Odyssey, Team Card Titan. Thank you very much for everything. They always have great support with us. And yeah, man. Thank you very much for the profile.
cheers.
We'll
Thanks for having me on.
cheers, bro. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.